Welcome to this video. I'm Sabina. In this video we will have a look at what kind of ritual you need right now by asking the Liminal Spirits Oracle, a very witchy oracle deck by Tempest Zakroff. By the end of the video you might have gotten some inspiration to make a ritual of your own. Let me tell you a bit about what we're going to look at. First we'll find out the focus of the ritual and a place, then ask for the wisdom of the trees and herbs that you might want to bring into your ritual. We will also look at what you need to transform, awaken or balance in yourself while doing your ritual. Lastly, we'll look at what wisdom the furry ones bring and what tool you can use in your ritual. I will read the cards both intuitively and through the guidebook. Please pick a pile. Welcome, pile 1. You chose this flower. Let's put that aside. Can we get it? Yes. Perhaps that. Okay, let's start unraveling this pile. And we will start with the focus of your ritual. And then we have the environment. That is interesting. So the focus of your ritual should be on the environment. I think we're gonna go ahead and read about that in the book. Let's see the environment. So it's about the space you are in. So this is about making an altar or create a sacred space where you are. Let me read you this sentence here. We make altars to create sacred space where we are, digging in and rooting our staffs and stangs to make space and center ourselves. So your focus of this ritual should be to cleanse your environment, to find a sacred space in your environment. And to refresh your altar. If you don't have an altar, you should create one. And if you don't have a sacred space, you should create one. It can be inside or outside your house, but it should be where you are every day. Okay, so let's see how you should proceed with this sacred space of yours. Okay, let's see what the place is. Oh, that's interesting. Burial ground. So, this brings to mind if you happen to have old burial grounds or old ruins near you, this could be a sign for you to create a space there for yourself, but only if it's in your environment. Don't travel. You shouldn't travel to get to this place. This could also mean that it could refer to ancestral place. If you have something, if you live on ancestral ground or near ancestral ground, this could be a hint for you to make a space for yourself there. You shouldn't disturb burial grounds, but in the vicinity of the burial grounds or the ancestral place. This could also refer to maybe just like a place that looks like a burial ground, that has stones piled in a similar shape that a old burial would look like. Or just a space that feels very sacred. All right. So there's definitely hints of creating something sacred here. Let's continue. The next card will show you the wisdom of the trees. So let's see what tree will show up. Birch. This could also be an indication. Okay, all the cards won't fit in. I will put the focus card maybe so you can see it, because that's the focus of the ritual. So birch. Look for birch if you want to create a sacred place inside your house or refresh your altar. I think you should still do those things, but also bring in the ancestral aspect or the sacred outside aspect into it. And you can do that by taking in birch branches, for example, or then go outside and find a place in your vicinity, in your environment, that have birch, and create a small outside altar there, and perhaps put stones around it to make it look a bit like a burial ground. You don't have to go like make it big, but like just in a sort of ritual way, in an altar way. And let's see if birch has some wisdom for you as well. The birch is associated with beginnings, flexibility, communication, and cleansing. So that fits well with refreshing your altar and refreshing your creating a sacred space, cleansing, and new beginnings. The birch tree is the first to take root after disaster strikes or the land changes dramatically, emerging from landscapes battered by fire and mudslides. Okay, so that fit very well. Okay, I'll repeat myself a bit here, but so refresh your altar, your sacred space, and look in your environment for the birch. If you want to create an outside altar, you could use stones to make it look like a sacred burial ground. Okay, let's continue with the wisdom of the herbs. Okay, so this herb wanted to come to you. Monk should, if I'm saying that correct. I think it's poisonous, so you should definitely not eat it, and I think it might be hard to find. So we'll read about the symbolism of it. Oh, right. Monkshot, also known as aconite, wolf's bane, and devil's helmet, is both beautiful and dangerous. The herb has underworld associations, is sacred to Hecate, and historically has been used for invocations. Okay. The monkshot will warn people when danger is near. Okay. So it's a defending plant. Yes. It's just telling in the book, it's just saying more about being defensive. I feel like this could be about defending your sacred circle, your sacred space. When you finally make an altar or sacred space, and especially if you make it outside, you should defend it energetically and perhaps also put up physically some kind of barrier, um, whatever's possible. Maybe the energetic part is most likely the easiest one. And you can do that by putting up protection around you, or some kind of, well, I'm thinking of that because they look like bells, so they make a sound when there's danger. You could put up bells to symbolize the monkhood, and also, well, if someone, if there's a string attached to a bell and someone trips on it or activates it, it will make a sound, and you will know that someone is entering a sacred space. So I think bells could be something to use, or something similar that you find that comes to your mind. Use your intuition a bit, and you could also, of course, plant similar herbs, similar flowers near your sacred space if you make one outside. And like flowers that look like bells. All right, let's move on. Okay, the next card will show you what you need to transform or awaken in yourself during this ritual. Ooh, snake. So renewal. It fits in with the refreshing part and creating something new. Transformation as well is the transformation card, or like the transformation animal, basically. So let's see what the Liminal Spirits Oracle has a kind of symbolism they have attached to the snake. If I can find it, hold on. There. Snake. Okay. The snake is linked with the creation of the world and being a true bringer of wisdom. The snake reveals to us the mysteries of death, rebirth, healing, and transformation. Okay, something new and exciting is coming your way. Okay, so this is something you can also ask yourself while creating your sacred space. If you feel like you have a cycle that's repeating itself, is this a healthy cycle, or perhaps something that needs to be broken? And I think the emphasis here is really on creating something new, like really creating something new. Like if you already have an altar, recreate it totally, like get rid of the old of the things you used to have there and create it totally from scratch. I think that's what it's trying to tell you, that you need to transform and create something that really shows who you are now, because you have probably transformed. That's probably why you're getting this message now, that you need to adapt your sacred space to who you are now, because you're not in tune with each other anymore. So you need to really re-evaluate the things you have on your altar or in your sacred space. Is this something that reflects who you are? is this something that vibrates on the same level as you? If it doesn't, you should put it somewhere else or give it to someone, uh, or throw it away, depending on what kind of feelings it evokes in you. So you should really actually totally renew yourself. Your altar or your sacred space, and make it in tune with yourself. All right, let's continue. The next card will show you what you need to balance in yourself in order to find freedom, or perhaps what you need to balance in your environment. Peacock. All right. So peacocks are about beauty and self-love. Let's see what the guidebook says about peacocks. Yes, the peacock is associated with beauty, boldness, vision, prosperity, royalty, spirituality, and watchfulness. This opulent spirit moves with grace, confidence, and a sense of its own grandness. The peacock reminds that we are all a mixture of traits and qualities that some may admire and others may abhor. Okay. Lore surrounding the phenomenon of peacocks killing and eating poisonous serpents suggests that things we fear may be used to transform and strengthen us. I think this continue with the renewing yourself, like really getting in tune with who you are right now, because you need to find the self-love, like the things that express your true self and things that you really love when you're creating this sacred space in your environment. Okay, and also, yeah, it should really reflect who you are. The peacock could also tell you a bit about dressing and putting on makeup or making your hair in a way that really reflects who you are, that makes you feel comfortable, instead of like putting on masks. This ritual don't need you to put on masks. It needs you to be yourself, to show yourself self-love and show you who you truly are. That is what this ritual wants you to do, to show you like your outside self, who you truly are. Let your true self shine through by using things and clothes, expressions, makeup, anything that resonates with you. But it should really be you. So again, you need to reevaluate and really think things through. All right, 2 cards left. This time we will ask for the wisdom of the furry ones. The goat. And if you happen to have like some kind of imagery of a goat, or even horns of a goat or something like that, you can use that in your altar or in your sacred space to bring that energy in there. So let's see what the goat brings, what kind of wisdom the goat brings you. if I can find here. Okay. The goat seems to have boundless energy and definitely has a lust for life. The goat challenges us with his playful and lusty demeanor. Sure-footed, defiant, and determined, the goat will scale anything, defying gravity and boundaries. The goat is known for being independent. Okay. All work and no play makes for a dull witch. Twitch your tail and bounce a little, or a lot. Laugh at yourself and let some more joy into your life. So this is also a reminder that don't be too serious. Although you're going through like a renewal, a cleansing, maybe perhaps refreshing your sacred space and refreshing yourself. You perhaps recently gone through a transformation. This is also reminding you that you need to still have that joy in your life. Be a bit silly. You can bring that into your sacred space by collecting things that remind you of silliness, whatever that might be. All right, and the last card will show you a tool that you can bring into your ritual. And in your case, this ritual is about your sacred space that you should create in your vicinity. Fiber, that's interesting. So this makes me think of like you making something actually out of fiber. Yes, like it could be anything really, but it makes me think of actually you making something. Let's see if the book says anything more. Yeah, so it's basically anything like cloth, cotton, hemp, bamboo, flax, wool, silk, and so on. So you could weave something, spin something, basketry, make an armband, something that you can wear, or something that you can have in your sacred space. Yeah. Yes, I really feel like this card is trying to tell you that you should make something for your altar, for your sacred space, with your own hands. And it doesn't have to be anything intricate. You can make it like really your own. Don't make it too complicated. You should have fun doing it. So I'm gonna go through the cards again. This ritual, number ones, are about making a sacred space or altar in your environment, refreshing it completely, starting from scratch, perhaps. You could use some ancestral land or stones that could make it look like a burial ground. Don't disturb a burial ground though. Birch you could bring into your altar or make a sacred space where there are birches. A monkshood might be hard to find and is also poisonous, but the important part is the bells that ring if someone tries to get into your sacred space. So you should have some kind of protection around your sacred space, mainly energetically, but it could also be physically, like using bells or planting bell-like flowers around your sacred space if it's outside, or putting bell-like flowers in a vase inside your house and near your sacred space, or something similar. And this ritual is really about that you recently gone through a transformation or is in the process of this transformation, and that you need to refresh your altar as sacred space to make it more in tune with you, with who you are right now, and bring in the beauty, self-love, really use the things that you actually do love, that actually uh, tell others who you really are. And don't forget about having fun. That's what the goat wants to tell you. Be independent, uh, but also have fun doing this ritual. Make it a fun thing. And this fiber is trying to tell you to make something for your sacred space. It could be clothes, cloth, something made of cloth, a mat, basket, a bracelet, a ring, something, anything, but of fiber, so no metal or stones or anything like that, but fiber. There was also, yes, so also you can dress up for this ritual if you want to, but remember to do it in a way that makes you express yourself, your true self, and not put on masks, but actually makes you express your true beauty. Yes, so thank you, number ones. Welcome, pile 2. Let's unravel this pile. You picked the white flower. Let's put it there. Okay, so this first card will tell us about the focus of your ritual. Ooh, inspiration. That's exciting. So this ritual that you need right now, you need it to invoke your inspiration. I'm also going to check in the guidebook if there's anything additional information about the inspiration card. If I can find it. Here, let's see. Inspiration is often what fuels self-expression, taking form through art, dance, theater, writing, craft, and design. It throws in the ingredients of our world, along with a splash of past lives and spirits, then stirs them in its mighty cauldron and presents us with a brew that is often life-changing. All right. And be open to experimentation. It's essential for growth. We must allow for change, for deviation from the preformed ideas in our head. So yes, this is a ritual that will bring you inspiration. And the next card will tell you about a possible place for this ritual. Forest. So, well, it's quite self-explanatory. Go out into the forest to perform this ritual. Or if you're far away from a forest, you could just go to a place where there is a tree or a few trees. Maybe a garden could also work. Okay, and next card will tell us about, or will give us some wisdom from the trees. Oak. So if you live in such an area where there is oak trees, it would be splendid for you to perform this ritual close to an oak tree or under an oak tree or an oak forest, a forest where there is oak. And if you don't have oak trees in your area, you can bring the oak tree still with you. So if you like, um, maybe draw it, bring a picture, or just invoke it spiritually. Let's see what the oak tree brings, what kind of wisdom the oak tree brings. The oak is seen as a symbol of strength, honor, knowledge, divination, and longevity, and is associated with many deities, including Zeus, Dagda, and Thor, to name just a few. Perhaps it is because of these deities that the oak has a reputation for being prone to lightning strikes. The face of the enigmatic green man is often made from oak leaves. The oak grows with slow and steady progress, which results in its wood being strong and durable. Stand your ground and be proud. What you are putting your energy and belief into is worthwhile and honorable. So yeah, it's referring back to the inspiration, what you find inspiration in doing. So the things you do, you should be proud of. And you shouldn't give in to other people's opinions about what to do or how to do things. There is a doorway or an opportunity right in front of you that you haven't yet discovered. So again, it's about getting new views, new ideas. Relax your mind and allow your vision to blur, and it will become apparent. All right, so far, your ritual is about getting inspiration, and you should do it in a forest, preferably a forest of oaks, or invoke the spirit of the oak tree with you. Next, we will look at what wisdom the herbs have for you. Mugwort. Interesting. Let's read about mugwort. Mugwort is an herb of many uses, including protection, consecration, uncovering memory, enhancing dreams, and guidance. Mugwort is associated with the goddess Diana and women's mysteries. It has a reputation for being a wayfinder and a gateway to extrasensory perception. Mugwort helps the dying and deceased find their way as they cross over to the next stage of being. Mugwort opens the door to experiencing visionary dreams. If you feel like you're lost or stuck, look to Mugwort for guidance to illuminate the path before you and show new opportunities. Mugwort, I think, is poisonous as well. Most of these herbs in the deck are, so you should not eat this if you can find it, but otherwise just take the wisdom with you that and the energy and spirit in this ritual to bring in new opportunities, new insight, new guidance, new inspiration, of course, but mugwort will help you with that. And possibly, I don't exactly know how mugwort looks, like if it has any flowers, but you could research and see if there are any flowers that look similar, and you can bring that into your ritual. But this was mainly, mugwort was mainly about getting guidance, especially through dreams. So you can find inspiration through your dreams as well, and past memories. Um, yes, so also getting inspiration from everyday things. It doesn't have to be difficult, or yeah, it doesn't have to be difficult to get inspiration. You can get inspiration from every little thing around you. But this ritual, or the cards this far, are hinting at you at getting out into the woods to find your inspiration and invoke the oak tree and the mugwort wisdom with you. All right. Next card will tell you what you need to transform or awaken in yourself during this ritual. Oh, the snail. So I would say that this is about patience. You need a little bit of patience to find your inspiration, and you need to sit down and look around yourself. You need to slow down. Well, you know, a snail is slow, so you need to slow down and enjoy your environment. Maybe even if you have snails around you when you do this ritual, observe them. They're quite funny to, to look at when they go about eating grass and so on. So let's see what the snail wants to tell you. Let's read about it. Snail, if I can find the snail. Okay. Well, we need some patience here now. Silently the snail glides across a leaf, leaving behind a glistening trail of where he's been, tentatively exploring the world around him. He's got one eye stalk fixed on the present and one scanning the past or the future. He also carries his home with him, a shell of protection. The snail reminds us to take precautions, to recognize the difference between taking our time versus procrastination, and to curb bad or dangerous behaviors before they cause irreparable harm or damage. Yes, so the snail says to slow down and enjoy the scenery. Yeah, so go out into the forest, sit down, and take it slow. And from there you will get inspiration. And the next card will tell us about what you need to balance in yourself in order to find freedom. Honeybee. Okay. Yes, you need to nurture yourself. Now the cards are really beginning to talk about slowing down and nurturing yourself. Let's see if the honeybee has any more wisdom to bring. The honeybee truly understands the meaning of community, organization, and teamwork, as well as the sweet rewards of hard work. We tend to separate our lives into work and play, important and frivolous things. We can find joy in the work we do, just like the honeybee that flies from flower to flower, pollinating all the way. It is not upon one person to make everything work, but all of the individuals combined. Communication is essential to harmony within a family or community. Respect the role that each member can play in their own right. So yeah, the cards are telling you to slow down and nurture yourself. You don't need to do everything yourself. And now you need to reward yourself for your hard work. You need to go out into the forest, sit down, and just take it all in. Just let it all out, all the stress, all negative feelings and thoughts. Just let it all wash away. Let the forest ground you. And refresh you. And bring you inspiration. Alright, next card will bring wisdom from the furry ones. Oh, the hare wants to come. Okay, let's see what wisdom the hare brings. The hare is associated with powers of rebirth, fertility, sensuality, and intuition. As the hare is most active at night, it is frequently connected with the moon and retains a sense of mystery and mayhem. It has a reputation for being a bit of a trickster, which also feeds into the lore the hare is a shapeshifter and witch familiar. The hare is capable of unpredictable, quick movement and great speed, but may also have spells of quiet stillness and even laziness. Only the hare knows what is next. Follow not the straight and wide path, but rather the crooked, curving, zigzagging one. It may not be the easiest route, but it's the most fulfilling one for you right now. Blessings of fertility and abundance of a physical nature or in terms of creativity and opportunity are coming your way. But sometimes there can be too much of a good thing, so pace yourself. So I think the hare is telling you you can be busy and you can run around a lot, but you need also the balance to just sit around and be lazy. Again, you know, if you watch a hare in the summer eating grass, they can sit for a long time eating grass and all of a sudden they hop away, being really fast, especially if something scares them. But they have that balance of being quick and all over the place, but also of being able to sit still and take it easy. And I think that's what the hare is telling you again. You need to sit down and take it easy. Enjoy the grass. And then your inspiration will come. Alright, the last card will tell you what tool you can use in your ritual of inspiration. Crystal. And I think you should really research what crystals bring you inspiration and start to wear them daily. Bring them into your forest ritual. Take them with you. Carry them as jewelry. I feel like it could be yellow. That's the key. Like citrine, for example, or some other yellow crystal could work. Let's see if the book says anything special about the crystal. Sometimes it takes a bit of digging through the dirt to find the beauty within. Contact with the earth is good for you. Find and trust the luminescence within yourself. You bring illumination and light to a muddled scenario. Don't let others dim your light. So again, don't let others dim your light, basically, or dim your inspiration. Let your own light shine, and you need to ground yourself. Go out into the forest to ground yourself. Slow down, take everything in, and that will bring you inspiration. And carry some crystals, preferably yellow ones. Okay, maybe you know what to do. And there was also the oak tree, wisdom of the oak and wisdom of the mugwort, wisdom of the snail, and the honeybee, and the hare. Good luck with your, good luck with your ritual. Not your crystal, but good luck with your ritual. Thank you. Welcome group 3. You chose the rowan berries. Let's find out what kind of ritual you need right now. So the first card will tell us about the focus of your ritual. Time. That's interesting. I'm also going to read from the guidebook and also intuitively the cards. Let's see. Okay, time. So I think your ritual should be at a specific time because the moon phases are here. So it should have to do with the moon in some way. Maybe we'll get more information about which moon phase from some other cards maybe. Okay, time is about marking the phases of the moon, observing the Earth's revolution around the sun, and understanding the schedules of our own bodies. We are beings of both lunar and solar cycles. When we seek to understand their timely influences upon us, we gain wisdom and power. As the moon waxes and wanes, so shall you. Attune yourself to the flow of the lunar tides to strengthen your magic. Work with the lunar phases, not against them. Okay, let's see. Yes, so for example, yes, your focus of the ritual should be about the lunar phases, the lunar cycles, and working with them, not against them, as the guidebook said. So if you don't know about the lunar phases, do some research on what kind of ritual is the best kind of ritual to do at a certain moon phase. Okay, so let's look at the next card, which will tell us about the place of your ritual. Ocean. That's nice. So you should do it at a place of water. If you can go to the ocean to do your ritual. If you don't have access to water, like natural water, you can probably use water in a bowl, or maybe do the ritual in your shower, while showering, or while taking a bath. Okay, so that was the place. And next we have some wisdom from the trees that you can bring into the ritual. Oh. And we have ash. So let's read about ash from the guidebook. Just one moment. Ash. It's connected to the world tree. Its roots are nestled in the underworld. Its branches touch the heavens, and its trunk connects everything together. Ashwood is exceptionally strong and durable and is said to be able to bear more weight than any other wood. All of these stories about the ash tree. Wait, hold on. The ash symbolizes connection, knowledge, insight, durability, and longevity. Identify what's really truly important and worthy of your attention. So I feel like this is again a bit about the time, that you should focus on giving your time to what's really important to you and worthy of your attention. Be careful about focusing too much on one thing. Step back from the situation or assume another position until you can see everything. Okay. So that was the wisdom from the trees. And I'm sorry, where you live, if there is ash trees in your area, you can also do the ritual by an ash tree, or bring a branch, a leaf, or something into your ritual, or just an image, or the wisdom about spending time on what's truly important to you. Right, the next card will tell us about, will give us some wisdom from the herbs. And we have Belladonna. Let's read about Belladonna. Also known as Deadly Nightshade. Belladonna means beautiful lady in Italian. Okay, it has been used in cosmetics. Okay. Belladonna is very seductive and powerful in her charms, and she does not suffer fools. Under the guise of physical beauty lies immense strength, determination, and vivaciousness, if I'm saying that correctly. You would be wise not to reduce anyone to just a pretty face, but instead to see the whole being as they truly are, and respect them. And also, unpredictability is not necessarily a negative thing, or though something or someone may seem unpredictable to us, we're simply not capable of seeing the larger pattern at this time. So I think there's something about not seeing something as for what it truly is. This one was a bit tricky for me to understand, but maybe you can somehow. Okay, so this card was about beauty, and behind beauty lies strength and determination. So it's like, what's the saying? Don't read a book by its cover, or something like that. and this is wisdom for your ritual. It reminds me a bit of actually these berries because they are bright red, but they're actually not very tasty. You know, like there's some kind of deceit here, something, but they're very healthy though. But there's something hidden here, something misunderstood, perhaps. And belladonna is poisonous, so you should not eat this flower if you have it in your area. But you can take its wisdom into your ritual, that all is not as it seems. That's what I'm getting. Maybe it's about you. Maybe it's something in your life. Let's see if we can find out more from another card. So this far we have the focus of your ritual is time. So the moon phases are important. And then we have the place was the ocean. Some kind of water should be incorporated into your ritual. And then we have the ash tree, if it's possible for you to bring the ash with you. And that was also about strength. And the belladonna also brought up strength. So it could be something about strength there. Okay, the next card will tell us about what you need to transform or awaken in yourself while doing this ritual. We have the salamander. Oh, let's read about that. Okay. This little water dragon symbolizes vitality, bravery, courage, renewal, growth, and spiritual pursuits. In alchemical lore, the salamander is believed to be a fire eater and able to quench flames with its body, emerging unscattered. When trapped or injured, it is able to shed and regrow a whole tail and limbs. Its regenerative abilities combined with its often bright and fiery markings give the salamander a reputation for being feisty, vivacious, and enduring. It brings life and light to dark and cold places. Okay, that's interesting. We have a theme here, I feel, of vitality, courage, growth. And here we also have renewal and bringing life and light to darkness. So that could be a hint about which moon phase to do the ritual under. So new moon, perhaps, with the renewal, or something is growing and bringing new life to darkness. Like, is it called gibbous moon when the moon is growing? Maybe a waxing moon. I'm not an expert on moon phases, so you have to look that up to get a better picture of what they're all about. The salamander says it's time to summon your courage and be bold. You will recover. Give yourself the time and space to heal again. Give yourself time and put your time on the right things. Find your inner fire, what makes your heart beat faster and passion flow through your veins. Kindle this flame as it will get you through difficult times. Yes, to focus on your passion. That's what's coming up now. So this is a ritual to focus on your passion, to bring more feistiness, growth, courage into your life. All right, the next card will tell us about what you need to balance in yourself in order to find freedom. The owl, a night creature, and one connected with wisdom. Let's read about the owl. Okay. The wise owl brings with it an appreciation of silence and knowledge of the realms of magic and mystery. While owls are known for their distinctive and haunting calls, they also embody quietude in the power of silent flight and watchful guardian-like presence. As evidenced by their large expressive eyes, they have exceptional vision even in the darkest of nights. With their loud calls, secretive nature, and nocturnal doings, owls have long been associated with witches and a multitude of goddesses, including Athena and Hecate, and seen as harbingers of death. But death is just another doorway, and the owl does make wise choices about these kinds of things. So you need to explore the power of silence. You need to find balance between night and day, between being loud and silent. The owl reminds you to be still and take in the world around you without adding to the cacophony. The quiet ones are indeed powerful. Cleanse yourself to remove what you don't need. Again, a little bit of this magic here with time, of spending time on what calls to you, what is your passion, what brings you joy, and remove everything else. Cleanse yourself. Death may come for you on soft white wings, but this is only natural and necessary for change. So, that's what you need to find the balance in, what you spend your time on, what you give out, and what you take in, I guess. So like, the chaos versus the silence or the stillness. Alright, next card will bring some wisdom from the furry ones. And it's a cat. And cats are all about the home and being still and watchful as well. So this is really beginning to look about a lot about like it's about gaining some me time perhaps, and being still and watchful. Watch the night. Watch the moon. And we have water and night. Let's see, we had water with the salamander and with, of course, the ocean. Then these two cards, Belladonna and Ash, were strength. And then we had the owl and the cat associated with nighttime. So let's read about the cat. Where is the cat? Oh no. There. Tracing back in time, there is a question as to whether we domesticated the cat or it domesticated us. The cat would answer that obviously it chose its own path. Go your own way, spend time on what you need, what your passion is. With its soothing purr, big eyes, and twitching tail, the cat embodies perception, preservation, patience, curiosity, chance, and confidence. The cat knows the wisdom of soaking up a sunbeam, but it won't pass up the chance to chase prey in the darkness. Its watchful eyes guard its dominion. If I fits, I sits. Cats are known for perching anywhere they please. We tend to worry about whether we fit in or not, and what will others think. Stop worrying about the opinions of others and make yourself comfortable. The world will adjust. Take time for yourself and your passions. Patience is not only a virtue, it's essential for achieving your goal right now. Timing is everything, so wait for the right moment. And here we have time again. Timing is everything, so wait for the right moment. All right. And the last card. What kind of tool can you bring into your ritual? Something made of metal. So it could be a bracelet, a spoon, maybe a spoon to scoop up that water you need for your ritual. Let's read about metal if there's something additional about this tool of yours. Metal. Some say that metals are the bones of the earth, but if you think about it, metal is more like the solidified blood. Once a metal ore is collected, it is heated up, often to a liquid state, so that it can be transformed into tools. We still define progress in civilizations by when their inhabitants moved beyond stone tools into harnessing bronze, followed by iron. There are myths that speak of metals as the flesh of deities long hidden within the earth. The ancient alchemists believed that metals held not only magical properties but also spiritual connections. Our exploration of metallurgy has yielded beautiful works of art as well as terrible tools of destruction. Sometimes it is only through the heat of a crucible that we are able to take on our best, truest form. The blood of the earth is the same as what runs in your veins. Recognize the divine within yourself. Okay, so this is your ritual. Do it during a moon phase, preferably when the moon is growing, whatever that is called. Use perhaps something of metal in your ritual, perhaps a spoon to scoop up that water that you should use or stay at. And you should really just spend time with yourself. Find courage. Think about what is your passion and how to bring that passion more into your everyday life. Make up a schedule that incorporates your passions, that incorporates your time for yourself, some me time, some time to focus on your passions. And that will help you through tough times, that will give you more courage and more feistiness. You will feel more passionate about life. Okay, thank you, Group 3.